Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon reading in Aquarius. The full moon is in Aquarius on the 19th of August of this year, 2024, and this is nevertheless a general reading. This is focusing specifically for Aquarius rising on the area of your perspective, your attitude, your mindset, the way you're approaching the world on a daily basis, the way you're thinking about your life. But because it is a general reading, this may not resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, please check out the information in the description box below. And you can always check your other placements for additional messages. So I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for you to be here. Let's get started, Aquarius, with your overall energy for this full moon, the Hermit card. The Hermit is describing an energy that I believe comes naturally to many Aquarians, and that is the ability to be very open intuitively to receive information from their higher selves, from other sources of information that are invisible, that can include divinity, divine, universal mind, however you call it. But it's also a skill set, a quality that reinforces that you are an authority onto yourself. You have a right to be who you are. And this is particularly embracing the perspective others may have of you as being something of an outlier, an outsider, marginal, or eccentric in some way, because your genius is not always understood. And I use genius as superpower, super skill. You are cultivating that stillness where you can confront your own truth, where you can utilize your own superpower to steer you as you are involved in some amazing opportunities to implement your vision, to organize people and resources around a greater, higher vision that you have for your collective, your community, your family, your tribe, your organization. In the 10th house, your social identity is the Death card. And this is interesting because part of what I feel you are releasing as a response to this sense of emotional freedom that you may be experiencing in your approach to everything, the way you see things, is this final release of the expectations of others. You have long since, I believe, been in the process of prioritizing your vision, feeling confirmed and verified in your right to pursue the things that you see as right for you. You are accepting yourself, accepting your gifts as a part of your contribution to the world. And this is a part of the rebirth that you are experiencing. This rebirth may come with a physical loss of some sort. You may change jobs, you may lose a job, you may move location, you may end a long-standing relationship through physical loss of someone important to you, someone in authority. Someone in authority may vacate a position that you see yourself as being able to step up to. So there are a lot of ways that this transformation you're experiencing you can be seeing it in your life. And the first house, the Eight of Wands, is really verifying the speed and the volume of information, deep connections that you are making with people, with resources, but also with ideas. A lot of people want to include you in projects. You yourself may be organizing others to implement a task with much greater impact than you ordinarily or originally intended for it to be experienced. You are open to collaborating at a variety of levels, but you're um, very much in alignment with those collaborators, those connections that you're seeking out. And as a result of this, things feel to be moving very quickly. In the fourth house, the house of your family, your history, your foundation, the Queen of Cups is really giving me the information that verifies this sense of emotional satisfaction, fullness, acceptance that you're experiencing, and how this unusual capacity to allow yourself to sit with your experiences and the feelings that they've engendered has really freed you up to acknowledge your gifts, to accept yourself, to model that for others. And in that way, you may find yourself in a position of compassion vis a vis your intimates, your domestic environment, but also others come to you kind of off the record for support, to tell their story, to be heard by you, because you're sending out a vibe, an aura that you are understanding, that you see the support that others need, and you're willing to identify that and help others, irrespective of their talents, their strengths, their abilities. You understand the right of others to come to a place of acceptance regarding who they are and as a way of finding their gifts. But this is part of how you are understanding how to include others, many of others who have experienced the kind of marginalization or exclusion that you may have experienced as a result of your unique powers and talents. In the seventh house, the house of your significant relationships, we have the moon card. And the moon is, again, describing powerful feelings that you are releasing as the result of your willingness to look at those behaviors, those actions, those words, uh, those patterns that you recognize have restricted you, have limited you. You're far past the place of blaming others. You're really looking at the patterns in your own life, the experiences you've had that have perhaps brought you discomfort, sadness, fear. And by addressing those, confronting those, you are allowing yourself to recognize all of the help that is around you, all of those invisible energies that support you, that cheer you on, that are available to you when you learn to ask for that help. And there's a big message here for someone so feeling so empowered at this time, strong enough to open up about uncomfortable feelings and experiences. That takes courage, that takes strength. And that amount of power is really signaling to your guides, your ancestors, your family members who have passed on that you have a strong connection to, that you understand that assistance is needed, that help is needed by everyone, including you, and that you are strong enough to ask for the assistance you need. I'm hoping that this reading is resonating for you, Aquarius. If it is, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is deeply appreciated as you empower my ability to do what I do. And I pull the happiness card. I'm aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. There's so many rich experiences I feel for you, Aquarius, that are unfamiliar to you, but are supporting your particular skills and your greater vision. And this is really bringing you an experience of happiness, joy, pleasure that is really about being who you authentically are, accepting yourself and seeing yourself soar as a result of that. And I pulled the tarantula, and the key words are cosmic connection. Use your intuition. All things are connected, so be more aware of your surroundings. Don't get lazy. Work while you wait. Interesting. Yeah, there's definitely a balance here between your activation of your particular skills, implementing your vision, and this place of receptivity, which includes the ability to accept your particular gifts, explore the feelings that are associated with that, and the price you've paid for that. I'm going to clarify the Eight of Wands in the first house with the Eight of Cups in the second house and the Knight of Cups in the third house. So eights, always very focused numbers on success, on doing the hard work. In many ways, this emotional connection that I see is leading to this liberation that you may be experiencing. Has You are releasing, you have gathered the strength from those connections. You have leaned on your intimate or close relationships and have realized that you have gained and learned all that can be learned from this surrounding. This can be a workplace. This certainly has everything to do with not only what you own, your money, but your values. And you're now ready to step into a place of meeting your challenges, understanding that moving away, moving on, moving up means stepping up to a challenge that you feel is life defining, addresses your purpose for being here. The Knight of Cups is beautiful next to the Queen of Cups because this is indicating that you understand that your path of liberation is through your emotions. It's the way that you validate being on the right path, just as the happiness card indicates that being happy means you're on the right path. In other words, feeling good supports you, verifies this is the way for me. And I love that because this is not often the way that we are socially trained to validate ourselves, to look at the way things make us feel, not the way things look or particularly look to others, but the way things make us feel as a validation for what really values us, what really sees us, and what really is willing to support us. The Queen of Cups in the fourth house is clarified by the Seven of Swords in the fifth house and the King of Swords in the sixth house. So here you are meeting resistance among your peers, among your collaborators. Sometimes this is family members or friendships. It's the place where we not only creatively work and build things together or simply create, but it's a place where we also experience the sense uh, um, of loving, connecting with people that are like us. And the Seven of Swords indicates there's often a sense of resistance you may have experienced. Maybe you're experiencing it in this particular moment where others are perhaps giving you critical feedback, which is always a positive thing. It's something you can hear. But the amount of resistance you're getting, people not getting you, people not understanding why you're doing things in a certain way, is often a reflection of their fear of moving forward, their fear of losing you, as I already see many of your intimate or peer relationships being something that you are moving away from or you're reevaluating. Not everyone is coming with you on this journey that you're on, and that resistance you are willing to learn, you're willing to hear because you're comfortable convening discussions about hard things. You're absolutely more than open to new ideas about your vision, about how that vision is going to be constructed, the value, the truth value of that, the implications for justice, for harmony, for balance, to sustain your vision. You're taking all of that into account. You're open to talking about that with others. You may even be formally convening discussions, discourse, conferences, opportunities for people to meet and debate, disagree, or put their heads together around some of the ideas that are floating in your mind that you're open to. You are taking note of the resistance, the critical feedback you receive. You're particularly clear that it is not all feedback intended to support or be constructive, but you are selecting your battles. You understand that as you attempt to build things, that resistance is a natural part of that. Everyone isn't on the same page as you, nor do they desire to be. And you have struck a chord of fear in others because many are afraid of change. The moon card in the seventh house is clarified by the Three of Swords in the eighth house and the Five of Wands in the ninth house. There is some very intense healing of a pattern that relates to your long-term intimate relationships. The way you have shared resources for others has left you with an experience of betrayal, of perhaps even feeling ripped off or used in some way. Your generosity has been mistaken for weakness. Your vision has often labeled you by those who don't understand as foolish, and you have been taken advantage of. There's definitely a lot of energy here of competition. And I see that you are managing that in your particular sphere, but there is a complexity of forces that are helping you to evaluate the associations you have and the way that you want to implement your vision by moving forward to those deeper connections that are more closely aligned to your vision, to your plan, to what it is you're interested in building, so that competition, you are very skillful in being able to manage that as a working group so that everyone understands that working together is more about a learning opportunity, a laboratory where everyone is responsible for bringing ideas together and for finding a solution together that all members that participate on the basis of their strength can take credit for the solution of this problem. And you're using that energy to help you build towards something that addresses prior weaknesses in the solutions, that addresses the imbalances that have occurred, and also is a remedy for the hierarchy that is often or customarily involved in putting an organization together, putting a team together so that you are attempting to eliminate that in a way that allows you to support those that need help to be full participants in the group. And this is vastly different. You're challenging the traditional setup of your business, your community, your professional practice by releasing this old hierarchical model and trusting that each member of your team, of the team that you're creating, desires, like you, to be who they are, to move from their place of strength and participate with their wisdom in a form that allows people to work together to create solutions together. The death card in the 10th house is clarified by the star in the 11th house and the 6 of wands in the 12th house. You are absolutely uh, creating something so successful based on not only your vision, but on your commitment to your community, your team, your organization, your collective, your collaborators, however you understand that. You see yourself, whether you are the boss, you aspire to be the boss, whether you are the leader, you are committed to being a member of the group. You are a team player. And that is what is allowing you to steer and to encourage others to follow this beautiful vision you have of others working together at a higher and higher level. And when I say higher and higher level, I'm talking about the expanse of your team, the impact that your team, your idea can have on other similar organizations, other similar teams. In other places, locations in the world, the desire to expand offers others hope. You're modeling something here that can be uh, moved around, that can be exported, that can be taken to other locations. And this is you getting started. This is part of a rebirth, your rebirth, but the rebirth of something that you are building, something you're creating. I'm going to finish up this reading with a Yogic Path Oracle, and the Buddha has flipped over. That feels particularly right on, and I'm going to look that up. And the Buddha is one who is aware. Buddha is not just one person, but anyone who has an aware and blessed soul. Right now, that is you. You've woken up to your true self and let go of the illusions that are binding you to the material world. You've taken off the mask of security and given a good look into the vastness of your own soul. You've realized that nothing is inherently good or bad, but rather just is. You understand the non-dual nature of the world and are letting go of the judgments of the mind. Hold the knowledge that we are all Buddha nature. It just takes remembering. Thank you so much for this, Aquarius. I am so blessed to be able to collaborate with you on these readings. Until next time, namaste.